Welcome to the Good Life Agoura Hills podcast. Join us each month as we discuss important city projects, programs, and initiatives with the community. We appreciate your support and thank you for tuning in.
Hey, what's up, Agoura Hills, and welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, The Good Life Agoura Hills, where we aim to bring you face-to-face with the amazing people doing great things in the city of Agoura Hills. My name's Ramiro Adeva. I'm your assistant city manager and the proud host of the show. So listen, excitement would be an understatement when I think about our featured guest today. He's an actor, a director, a television personality whose impressive career has literally spanned over decades. He's known for roles in films such as Kangaroo Jack, Jerry Maguire, Scream 2, Mission to Mars, and of course, who can forget my boy Vern in the 1986 classic Stand By Me. Let's go.
I brought a comb.
What do we need a comb for?
Well, if we get on TV, we want to look good, don't we?
From the big screen to the TV screen, where he entertained us as Quinn Mallory in Sliders, or how about Andrew Clements in My Secret Identity, which, by the way, happens to be my wife's favorite childhood series. I'll just say that. He also stars as one of the co-hosts for the popular talk show The Talk on CBS. Our guest has literally captivated and entertained audiences everywhere for decades. And even after all of this success, I'm going to confidently say that something tells me our Grand Marshal for the Reyes Adobe Days Fall Festival in Agoura Hills is quickly rising to the top spot on his list of crowning achievements. That's just facts. That's facts. So listen up, everybody. Without further ado, I want you to please join me and help me welcome our special guest and our dear friend, I'm going to say it, Mr. Jerry O'Connell. Let's go.
What an honor. What an honor. Thank you so much. It's so funny. Listen, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my former boss, Ed Hurwitz, who was a very long time Agoura Hills resident, raised all of his kids there. And he said, hey, they're looking for a grand marshal for the parade and they want to get in touch with you. Is it okay if I give them your number? And I said, yeah, go ahead and do it. But I love Agoura Hills. In fact, I have two children who go to Calabasas High. They will be playing Agoura Hills tonight, Agoura High in volleyball. Well, it's so funny. I mean, I said my kids go to Calabasas High and not believe the crowds that came out for the Calabasas High Agoura High football game a couple of weeks ago. It was
it's a rivalry.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get in my driveway. It was nuts.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's like USC, UCLA, and then that game.
Yeah.
Jerry, again, I want to thank you for taking the time, and I know you're a busy guy, so we appreciate you being on our podcast.
Got to give a shout out. I mean, let's just talk about some of my favorite areas in Agoura. Love Wood Ranch. I cannot get enough of Wood Ranch. But by the way, they also pump out those ribs right on the 101. So you're on the 101 east or west, north or south, whatever they call it over there, right at Canaan, and you're like,
yep.
I smell Wood Ranch. I'm going to pull over and get some ribs. Have done a lot of Bikram yoga. Right there on Canaan.
Absolutely, yep.
Or hot yoga.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to the music rental place, Nick
Rail, I think.
Nick Rail Music, man.
Yeah, I got you covered.
Yeah.
All right, well, awesome. See, so Agoura, he might live in Calabasas, but he knows the stomping grounds. Let's go. Let's be real about this. All right, well, Jerry, listen, we have an annual event in Agoura Hills, as you know. It's called Reyes Adobe Days. Literally thousands of people in and around the city celebrate community, history, and each year, like I mentioned, we've got a Grand Marshal, and you were so gracious enough to be ours this year. It is a special year, I will tell you. It's the 20th year anniversary of Reyes Adobe Days. So you're about to be a part of the city's history books.
Good. I can feel it.
First question for you really is, has to do with the fact that you've had such a dynamic career in film and television. And, what I think we'd like to do is start off with a question that gives us a glimpse into the person behind the actor. So really, it's a matter of can you share a bit about your everyday life and what it looks like maybe offset? How do you balance your busy career with your family life? And what things are you passionate about outside of acting?
Well, I think like a lot of people who live in the Agoura, Westlake, Calabasas, Thousand Oaks area, I'm a parent. My wife and I have two children who are in the Las Virgenes School District. We love the Las Virgenes School District. Our kids have been in the Las Virgenes School District since kindergarten. And my kids are sophomores in high school. So, I mean, we only got 2 more years of this. So really, like you ask, what are my passions and everything? It's really just being a parent. I mean, I told you I have two kids who play volleyball. So it's a lot of going to get Starbucks. It's, a lot of getting them some gelato right there in the Wizen Center. So Basta's a great restaurant as well. A lot of our lives is just being parents. And that's why it's so funny. I did not grow up in a suburban area. I grew up in a city. I grew up in New York City. And I knew nothing about suburban life. And it's so easy to raise children in the Agoura, Westlake, Calabasas, Thousand Oaks area. It really is. I feel bad for my friends and my coworkers who have to raise kids in not Calabasas, Agoura, Westlake, Thousand Oaks. It's it really. I truly believe you live in the suburbs because it is just an easier way of life if you're raising a family. I really believe that, which is why when my former boss, Ed Hurwitz, called up and said, will you be the Grand Marshal at the Agoura Hills, at the Reyes Adobe Festival, I was like, let's go. I'm really appreciative. And my wife and I try to, volunteer at school, do all that giving back stuff. And if I can help out with a parade, we can do it.
Well, I was going to talk to you about the community a little bit because, as you mentioned, I mean, it's a great community. I've raised my kids here as well, and Reyes Adobe Days, that's what it's about. Agoura Hills at the core is community, and so I mean, you've been involved in various projects, to make communities better. Whether it's donating or fundraising to the charities that you support, or getting behind causes like animal rescue efforts or finding a cure for cancer. It's obvious. Like you have.
By the way, shout out to that Agoura Hills, that Agoura pet rescue area,
shelter.
Agoura Hills shelter.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, no.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, my wife, we have a lot of rescue dogs in our house. It's scary going through there because my wife maybe coming home with all the dogs and all the cats. If you haven't been to the Agoura Hills shelter, they have a cat room, everybody, where you go in and it's just cats everywhere.
Right.
And if my wife could back her car up in there and just put them all in her car and take them home, my wife would. But the staff is so great there. Also, shout out to that place. One of my dogs ran away once, and he was brought to the Agoura Hills Animal Shelter. He got a mug shot in there. He was up on the website. Yeah.
All right. Well,
you gave him a mug shot. It was pretty funny to see him on the site.
Yeah.
And there he is. He got booked, processed, took his paw prints, everything. He's got a record.
Yeah. He was returned safely to home.
Yeah. He hasn't run away since, or he hasn't been caught since.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you about that then, community-wise, right? So you obviously, I mean, you have a deep love, it sounds like, and a passion for community. Can you just maybe put in your own words why it's important that we all, as a community, share in uplifting each other and really creating communities together?
I said I'm from a city, and when you're from a city, you don't talk to your neighbors. You ignore them. You stay away from them. Your neighbors are a threat. Then my wife and I had children. And that's, for me, when you really enter the community, and I think the gateway into the community was education, was the schools, and just how lucky we are to have the Las Virgenes School District where we live. It really is the first time I ever felt like I was part of a community. And I realized that all the parents help out, all the parents are involved. To me, it's what wealth is. It's being part of a community, I mean, look, it's obviously an affluent suburb where we live, and like we see wealth, you see it in all the cars. I see all those cars. But look, there's like a lot of actual like economic wealth where we live, but really for me, the real wealth in our area is the sense of community and the sense of family with everyone. And that really was something that I came to realize after having children and having them enter the Las Virgenes school district and the school district where we all live. I can't say enough things. I can't say enough great things about our amazing school district and Dr. Stepanowski. So I'd say having a family in our area has made me part of the community, and I really feel the power in that. And hence why when I was asked by my former boss, Ed, when Ed asked me to be a part of this parade, I had jumped right on it.
Love it. So I want to know, I got to ask you this question. As a father of 2 daughters, speaking to a dad of 1 daughter, what advice would you give young girls, aspiring to achieve great things in life, right? Whether it's in their careers, their passions, or personal growth. So what do you say to them to say, hey, it's okay, chase your dreams and you can overcome obstacles?
I would say don't vape. That nicotine is such a tough habit to kick. I'm a lot older than all you kids watching, and nicotine is a really tough one to kick, and it takes years, and it's so unhealthy, and there's no benefits to it at all. It doesn't do anything. Please just don't vape.
Let me ask you this. If you weren't acting or hosting, what would you be doing in a parallel universe? And maybe government?
No way, not government. There's too much dirt on me out there, and there's graphic photos of me on the internet. There's no way I could be in government. You kidding me? I'm not even kidding. No, I'm a law school dropout. Maybe I'd go back to school. Okay. No, maybe go volunteer at the Lost Hills Sheriff's Station.
Okay. That's
maybe,
good.
Be like an apprentice deputy. Maybe go work clerical work for Lost Hills.
Go work with Captain Okay. Let me ask you this then, Jerry. So in Agoura Hills, we've got an older demographic. I'd say a big part of our population is older. I'd say baby boomer, Gen X. I'm Gen X.
Sure.
And during that time, I'm going to argue that we grew up in a time, classic shows, classic. So my question to you is this. If you could star in a reboot of any classic TV show or movie, which one would it be and why?
It would be Hunter.
Okay.
And I think it was Fred Dreyer.
Okay.
Look it up.
Okay. What about Fred is just calling your name?
I don't know. He's just a stud, the cop.
All right. Well, look, Jerry, maybe we close with this. What's next for you? You've got so many things going on, but really what's next going on? And what can we look forward to in the life of Jerry O'Connell?
Nothing. I'm going to be grand marshaling at the Reyes Adobe Parade.
Yes.
What do I have going on? I'm in a show called The Talk. We shoot here in Studio City. Host a show called Pictionary. But I don't know, just trying to get through sophomore, junior, and senior year with my kids.
All right. Well, look. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Special shout out to the one and only Mr. Jerry O'Connell for hanging out with us today. I want to remind everyone at home to mark your calendars October 4th through 6th for Reyes Adobe Days in Agoura Hills, where our dear friend Jerry O'Connell is going to be the Grand Marshal. You can visit reyesadobedays.org for more information. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and, of course, your favorite podcast. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and you know how we do it on this podcast. Until the next time we see you, we hope that you keep living the good life.
Love Agoura Hills.
There we go. Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Catch up on previous episodes at AgouraHillsPodcast.com and hit that like button and subscribe to the Good Life Agoura Hills.